Hello, YouTubers, hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. This is I've started the video over several times, and hopefully I don't do it again because I forget something. And then I'm like, I didn't mention that. So kisses to all of you. Thank you so much for your love, your support, your kind thoughts, your comments, your likes. I love it. I was trying to show you guys how I do my hair and tie it and get it like this because it's not mine. And then I even had a demo. So we'll do it another day. I got up and got a little bit ready for school, got to school, and there was nobody there. You know, look at the calendar, Letitia. Look at the calendar. So now I have it on like my screensaver. No, but we ended up going to the park, and I tried to take her to the pumpkin farm this weekend. It didn't work out. We're gonna go Wednesday. She's got the little gym and blah blah blah. I'm praying for those people in Israel. It is very sad what's going on. And it seems like the U.S. has got its own issues because we don't have a speaker to help. It's just discombobulated over there. It really is. And these are grown people, adults. And to me, these leaders, they set the tone for the rest of us. And then you think like, I didn't vote for that person. I didn't vote for that person. But you're stuck with that person. But the maturity level over there sucks. And I'm going to say this about this. They voted one of their own members out. Then they also, and the Democrats did it too. No, I blame the Democrats and the Republicans. I feel the Democrats was like, well, if they're going to do it, let's do it. Knowing that this is unprecedented. Knowing that I just feel like neither side should have did it. Voted him out. I thought that this was a waste of time to do that. And now they don't have anyone and they don't know who they're going to get. Like, a house divided, a house cannot stand. And looking at our leaders over there, I don't ever remember it being like that before. Growing up and just, as an adult, not seeing our whole government not even, they're not connected. I wanted a new one. I did. I wanted a bigger one. I didn't think this was big enough. Still don't. Oh, well. Moving on, because I don't want to talk about that anymore. Meghan Markle and her pet. But her pet, he's bigger than a pet. He's got connections. He's got her on the stage. Her pet is allowing her to do everything that she wants to do. So I wouldn't call him that. He's something else. But she definitely has control over him. I was watching a few stations and some of them were talking about that. And I agree. I strongly agree that Harry is controlled by Meghan. But I've always known that. You can just tell that he has no thoughts of his own. I think he thinks it's just easier that way. What else has been going on? My biggest thought was that I'm bored with Meghan. And not just bored, is that she's just not a person of interest anymore. Someone said, well, she's not interested anymore because she's not trashing the royal family. Well, that's what she came out with. That was her ace in the bag. She decided that that's what she wanted to do to become, I don't know, but that's what made her famous. Not her talents. It did. It made her famous. And now I don't know what they're doing. They don't know. She doesn't know what she's doing. WME, they're fired. I fired them a long time ago. And their integrity level, I don't think that WME has any integrity. I don't. Because I feel like if I am going to be able to mold you into something and get you those connections and help you with your personality, if you're not going to listen to what I have to say and follow my every word, then I can't work with you. Because then that means that you're doing it. And so what do you need me for? And so when you fail, you can't say it was me. Because what I'm going to look at WME, I'm looking at them like, okay, it's something wrong with you. First of all, to even take on this challenge, okay, I give you an A for effort, but if you didn't, do they know their client? Do they know who they're dealing with? Do they understand? They may need to take a drive down to YouTube and get some information. Because they probably think that they're dealing with someone that is not what everybody is saying that they are. Grifters, con artists, manipulators, blamers, whiners, liars. I'm just curious. Forgot what I was talking about. I really did. So switch it. It'll come back to me. WME, trying to make these two famous. They have failed in every which way. They have. It's weird to think that this was supposed to be the biggest renowned company of all times. Like, how long have we been waiting on her to pull something out of her hat? Nothing's come out of her hat. I do know this, that the UK report on her and the United States don't. Not on to that level. Nope. No. The black culture, black entertainment, television, all that I be watching all the time, getting the gossip. They're not bringing Meghan up. She's not over there. And then she's not over there at the other side. So black people aren't talking about Meghan. And the white people aren't really talking about Meghan. Not over here. What I'm saying is that she doesn't relate to anyone. She doesn't have a connection. She doesn't have a... Meghan is done. She doesn't have any friends. She doesn't have any job potentials because she would have been splurted it out by now. I heard that they... referring to Meghan and Harry, they were like, well, we want to go off and look at other streaming giants and stuff like that. Spotify is this giant. It is. I am so sorry. I lost my train of thought. I always do when I hear her voice. So I don't know what I was just saying. And hopefully, it made sense. And I didn't sound like an idiot because I'm not editing it. And I'm 10 minutes in. Okay. Let's see. Okay. She's got her Oddbots. And I bought her a house, a playhouse. But I want her to have one of those big ones. And she can stand up and see it. I think I might get her one for Christmas. And what I also need to do, guys, and I know I went off into something else because my baby came up. She's got so many old toys, but what I think I probably need to do is separate them from educational, because those I kind of want to keep. And then I just came to me and I thought I would just share that with you guys. Moving on. Okay. I'm going to move on to what I was saying. And I know I was probably saying that Meghan is beginning to dry up over here. I'm sorry. In every corner. Doesn't matter what corner, what station, what move. I'm sorry. I'm not interested anymore. And if I'm not interested anymore, and I have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, she is dwindling. And I don't know if she's getting older, or I don't know what the case is. I do know, and I said this before, her connection with the royal family is the reason why we were interested in her. That's it. That's the only reason why Meghan was like, ooh. But now that she's not over there and not relevant and not over there anymore, like I said, not relevant, not over there, has no connection to it, it's like there's no more mystery. There's no more, ooh, what is she doing over there? You know, how is she living? You know, what's going on? What engagement are they going to? No, I don't care about them being in New York tomorrow. I don't. I don't think anyone does. It's very nice. Listen, no one's discrediting the causes. The Invictus Games, the first responders, and the mental health. Meghan is just surrounding herself around those things in which will make her look better. But is it working? Is it working? Because this is what WME has decided to do. Let's go back to them. They have decided, let's make you do all the charity work, all this charity work and all this stuff. You go to the thing with your husband, mooch off of that. I'll get you set up with Kevin Costner, get you on that. And then, there's something else coming up. I heard she was thrown on there, this event that's happening in New York. And I don't know the name of it. I don't, because I don't care. It's an event in New York. Type, search it. And, Meghan's going, Meghan and Harry's going, the royals, they're not even royalty anymore. It doesn't even feel like it. Honestly, I told you guys, the royalty has been stripped from them. It's like their honor has been taken from them. The thing that made them great is gone. It's true. The name alone doesn't do it. Can't get you every and anything. It's starting. I'm not saying that Meghan isn't making money and doing whatever. I don't know. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't, but I know her popularity sucks. It sucks. You have a mother in New York letting her know no one likes you. She even went to say hate, I think. I don't hate her. No one hates over here. There's no hating. Well, I can't tell you guys what to do, but I don't. But the mother was like, we don't like you. You're not no princess. Whoa. Ain't nobody listening. It's the truth. It's the truth. Her character, who she is, how she tries to lie her way through life and pretending that she cares. You can't tell me you care about a stranger when you don't care about your own. None of them. It was so easy for her to turn her husband against his family. That was like, check. I got to get Harry over here so I can control him and tell him. I didn't know she was going to be able to do that. I didn't know Harry was just going to be full blown, let her have it. I thought at least he would do something. No, he opened all the way up. He calling people to get on their planes, calling the president of the United States, talking about, can me and Meghan ride home with you? That's ghetto. I want to be seen with you. So people can start talking about how he's going to endorse her. That's that stupid stuff. This is her. But she's dwindling. And her people that she needs to support her, they're not supporting her. Her A-lister friends, you guys are not doing a very good job. You don't say anything about her. You're not taking enough pictures with her. Beyonce and Jay-Z did not take a picture with Meghan. I'm sure they would have took one with Catherine and William. Meghan wants a reception. She wishes she would get a turnout like William did when he came to New York City and knew that they were going to show out. I would have been right there if I lived in New York. Where you going? I'm going downtown to see William with my sign. Yes, it would have been right down there. Meghan won't get that. I would be shocked. She's coming to New York. Everybody knows that she's coming. Why isn't it on the 10 o'clock news? Okay, let's take it a little further. Meghan wants what William had when he came. They were lined up in the streets. They had blocked off the roads. You saw his limousine and these cars coming down the road. Black, just looking like, oh, there's the future king. You can't tell me there's not like bulging. Tara by Andy, let me give her a subject. Can you tell us what level of pissed off is Meghan and Harry at William and Catherine's popularity? And not just everything. I want to know that. Tara by Andy. How are they feeling with William being the most admired man in America? And then that red carpet fallout that he had when they came out. It was a beautiful spectacle. And they're not getting that. That's because you came over here and watered down. She came over here and she watered down her status. What did she think was going to happen when she went to Hollywood? They were going to be like, oh my God, Meghan lives here. This is so awesome. Everybody, guess what? Meghan's at the Beyonce concert. So, a little bit of jealousy of the concert because I didn't get to go. And everybody's talking about it. But not just that. I've never been to a concert. I'm not a concert girl. But something about this concert was so inspiring. The Renaissance. Yeah, I didn't, Beyonce did that. I cannot believe it. People get older and they be like, okay. You be like, okay, they were good. I feel like she just came back as like it's on, not even came back. She never went anywhere. But them outfits, whoever dressed her for that, beautiful, beautiful costumes. It was like, oh, where's she gonna wear next? Anyway, sorry, I moved on. Listen, I got a video real quick, guys. And this is Kinsley Schofield. Sorry, that's my intro. And there's nothing, I'm not saying anything, ain't going after her. I'm backing up off her, but she just happens to be on Sky TV. Now, I am boycotting GBC until Dan comes back. And then until Dan comes back, I'm sorry, we're not going to be doing deep dives over there, okay? But if you hit one of those other stations that I like to watch that is from my UK family. Guess what, guys? My and all over. I have people all over. It's just not the UK. My Google lady, she speaks not that she's a English speaking person. I love it. She's so proper. My husband was like, "Oh," I said, "I know, right?" So cute. I love it. I love it. And I hope I'm saying that right, because I don't want to offend anyone. Because people think, like, I always like, I love the accent, and it is an accent. I have an accent. People have accents, and I'm telling them what I sound like. Okay, listen. Here we go. Let's see what she's saying. Let's see what Kinsley Schofield has to say to us. And I'm going to take you through the whole thing. So whatever they're talking about, we're going to have an opinion about it.
Schofield. Kinsey, it seems every person under the sun is ranting and raving about the new David Beckham documentary on Netflix. The 4-part series is giving an inside look at his career, relationship and family. Victoria is obviously a key figure of this documentary, and folks are loving the interaction between the two, including Bex calling out Victoria when she tries to paint herself as some working class gal.
We're very working class.
Be honest.
I am being honest. I am being
honest. What car
honest.
did your dad drive you to school in?
So my dad.
No, one answer.
My dad.
What car was it?
It's not a simple answer
what
because.
What did you get your dad to drive?
It depends.
No.
Okay, in the 80s, my dad had a Rolls Royce.
Kinsley, Harry and Meghan could
I love it. Wasn't that just so adorable? Like, he was like, no, get to it. And he didn't know what she was going to say. And she says, okay. It was he was waiting on her to say what he drove because she was asking. I love it. I love that segment. I haven't seen it. I want to watch that. I do. I want to watch them. Because it's really going to give you an insight on their relationship. It's unfiltered. That, to me, was unfiltered. Meghan, cut that out. We'll cut that out. No, I like that. I thought that was really cute. The Beckhams have a new show on Netflix, and it's a documentary about them. I think it's pretty cool.
learn a thing or two from Posh and Bex about,
So she tells Kinsley, Meghan and Harry can learn a thing or two by the Plush and the Beckhams.
The victim for one, and actually putting together a documentary or reality series that is worth watching and isn't going to bore the audience silly.
I mean, isn't it fun to watch David hold Victoria accountable? I mean, even in that playful way, it was interesting to see him hold her accountable. But I think that if we are really going to compare, David and Victoria to any members of the royal family, it would be William and Catherine. It's that, that flirtation, that public flirtation, that discretion, that being vulnerable without being a victim. That's what we saw in this, docu-series. And I do think a lot of people turned it on, not expecting to like them more when they were finally done with it. And that's something that Harry and Meghan were not able to accomplish with their docu-series.
Now, Harry's bosses
I agree with her. Yeah. It's not weird, but it's just interesting that Meghan and Harry were not able to captivate us, to catch our interest, to get us to like them on that docu-series. She had one shot to fix the Oprah. In my mind, here you go. Here's your opportunity to fix that. To make it into your love story. I didn't see a love story. I saw somebody making up a story as she was walking along this documentary. I really do. And then every now and it was weird she would attack someone, and then at the second moment, then they'll start talking about their love story. Then they'll go back into attacking someone, and then they'll go back into the love story. So the love story got drowned with the trash. It would have been really cool to have gotten to know little stuff. Like, okay, so where did you eat in the castle? Like, where did you go? Like, how was it? You know, like different things that we would, give us some of that. No. No. Like, okay, so how was it when you and Harry got married and you walked outside and you saw those people? Was it like, were you shocked? None of that kind of story. It was trash, boring, and it was like every day to her. She treated her life over there as a royal, like, okay, as if she needed to hurry up and get out of there. She never, ever wanted to be over there. And her only goal was to get into Hollywood. And now that Meghan is there, she is not leaving. No, she can't relate to anyone. It blows my mind. She can't relate to kids. And kids usually take to anyone that kind of smiles and, are nice to them. No. I don't think that kids can relate to her because she can't relate to anyone. And I'm not saying her kids. I'm saying those outside. I've seen the videos where she gets down and she's fake and these kids are like, what the... And one person said, instead of them asking to take a picture with her, she just jumps in. Like, it's... Okay, moving on. Let's go. Sorry.
And Netflix have announced that their most controversial and final season of The Crown will premiere on November 16. Harry's Hitler uniform is expected to be a featured storyline. How do you think they will handle this infamous little episode, Kinsley? Harry was obviously very young and silly. Do you think they will go easy on him for what was a youthful mistake?
Well, I do think we typically get worked up about The Crown and then it disappoints us a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bit boring. But with everything, with Israel under attack right now, I do think that the Sussexes need to be I think that they need to act before the...
I don't know what she's talking about. First, she's, you know what she's trying to do? She's trying to come up with something to say. In my mind, because she went after the crown. I'm like, oh, okay. So they do put some stuff out there. Didn't they reenact her car crash, Diana's car crash? And but now they want to show the Nazi uniform. They're going to show here. Isn't that ironic? That, okay, no one's off the hook. Is this the BBC? And I can't, this is the kicker too. It's the UK's channel. Isn't the BBC UK's channel? I think. I love the channel though, because I watch one of my favorite shows. I got 2 shows in the UK that I love. And I'm going to go back. I hope I don't forget what I was talking about. I'm not. Keeping Up Appearances. Oh, my favorite. I've seen every episode like 10 times each. And in order to get it, you got to have BBC. And then The It Crowd. Ooh, so... I might watch that tonight. I used to watch that and go to sleep. Like, that would be my sleep music. Anyway, I know. I went there, guys. Sorry. Okay. Back to the subject at hand. So, Kinsley, to me, she's talking about whatever. Okay, fine. The BBC and all that other stuff. And how they've disappointed in the past. And now she's bringing up Israel. What's going on there? Let's see where she's taking this.
Crown has a chance to bring this back up and put this in front of everybody. Again, I think that Harry and Meghan need to be proactive in this case because it's going to anger people. It's become such a heightened, sensitive subject. And Harry needs to face it head on before the world is reminded of it. I think that the Sussexes should be in crisis mode over this particular instance right now, whether that's volunteering with an organization, offering a large sum of money to an organization.
Okay, that made no sense to me. It did. That did not make sense to me. I don't know. That's something that happened to him and that he did in his past. Okay. And see, this is the difference between, to me, Meghan and Harry. Is that, you forgive and you move on. Meghan is not forgiving anyone. First of all, she just doesn't like her father anyway because he has nothing else to give to her. And just treat him that way. But my point is the UK forgave him for doing that. A lot of people forgave him for doing that, I believe. And so the BBC bringing it back up, it's not going to be like people didn't know it happened. But I don't think there needs to be, it's coming. You guys brace yourselves for what? It makes no sense to me at all. It happened. It's a time that happened in history. And I don't think them publicizing it up even the more is going to help. Like, okay, Kinsley, so they just got through with Invictus. And then they just got through with Kevin. That was charity. And now they're going to chariot it up in New York City. Isn't the mental health. And now they need to do something again. Not that it's not... I don't believe anything they do is good. I don't. I think it's for them. It's selfish. It's almost like blood money. I think one of you guys said that. It feels that way. Like you got two people that came over here, trashed their family and got paid for it. And it's okay. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay because people make excuses. I believe there's something going on here because now all of a sudden, okay, so now she's throwing them a bone. This is what I would call a bone. Kinsley letting them know, listen, get ready, it's coming. They're going to start doing this, so you better start looking to fix your reputation now before it gets worse. It's gone. Their reputation is it can get worse. Oh, okay. No, I just don't think, I could be wrong, that his moment with the Nazi uniform is going to be, stop the press. Now, however, I do believe, I wouldn't be surprised if TMZ and Page 6 advertised it and said, oh, remember when he had that Nazi uniform? The BBC is going to be showing it. But I don't know. They need to be working with them not to publicize that. But no, I don't think that they need to run out and keep cheering for no reason. If they're not doing it because they want to do it, they want, oh yeah, making them do. Okay, this is that stupid stuff. So basically what she's saying is that since that happened, you need to run out and do something good so people can be like, oh, well, he's doing that now. That would mean the PR playbook is working. It's not working for me. It's not. I don't see them recovering from this, from the Oprah show, from Spare, from docuseries. I just don't. It's always going to go back to the show. Yeah. That's where it began. That's where it ends. And all this other stuff in between is gravy. Okay. Come on.
In support of Israel. I do think that they need to be proactive in this particular case because the Crown could put this on everyone's radar again. And reminded of it. I think that the Sussexes should be in crisis mode over this particular instance right now, whether that's volunteering with an organization, offering a large sum of money to an organization.
She just told them, Kinsley. She just indirectly or directly, I don't know, told them that they need to give financially to Israel, which is a great idea. Oh, huge, great. But why didn't they give to the Maui? Isn't Oprah her best friend? Why did Meghan say, well, I'll give $1 million. I'll start off with $1 million or 500,000. She holding on to all her money. I heard someone donated $13 million to the Archie well, and only $2 million has gone out. It would be gone. I'd be like, oh, who need? I guess she's saving it. My point is that I forgot it. I did. No. She's saying that Meghan needs to give or say something about it or PR around this to help her. No, it's going to sound just like what it did when she went to Uvalde. Fake. It is. I don't believe it because charity starts at home. Oh, but it's all her father's fault for coming on TV. Well, Meghan, here's Kinsley throwing you a bone, but that's not going to make me change how I feel about her. Oh, okay. This helps. Let me know. The Kevin didn't do it for me, and she gave. Didn't she give $12,000 for a seat or something like that? And then the Invictus, she flew over there and whipped the dude. That was a big thing. Now she's going to New York to talk about mental health. This is going to be huge for her. Is it?
In support of Israel. I do think that they need to be proactive in this particular case because the Crown could put this on everyone's radar again, and he could see an entirely new generation of individuals angry with him over this thing, and I know.
I just don't see that. Do you guys see a whole new generation? No, it's just going to add to the list. It's not going to be a generation. Oh, okay. What she's saying is this younger generation that's on his side is going to be like, ew, did he do that? Okay. Yeah. Everybody knows that he did that, right? And he was young and whatever. It happened. But honestly, that is not the worst thing that he's done. Really? I would think that on Oprah show, calling people racist and the book and all of that, I think that would be the despicable things. I don't know. And maybe people are actually believing the things that are coming out of these people's mouths, Harry and Meghan. And I don't think so. Action shows louder than words. But if they do, so be it. Maybe the Sussex squad is bigger than I think. I don't think so. But this is me brainstorming because I haven't heard all of this. So just giving me a minute to marinate it. But I really believe that she's throwing them a bone. Trying to, anyway, do something. Pretend like you care. Get on this bandwagon. Donate. Either donate a big, large sum of money so everybody can know, or talk about it or do something.
I know he blames Catherine and William, the Prince and Princess of Wales, in spirit, but nobody
Of course. Well, this is why I really don't want
that they need to be proactive in this particular case because the Crown could put this on everyone's radar again, and he could see an entirely new generation of individuals angry with him over this thing. You know, and I know he blames Catherine and William, the Prince and Princess of Wales, in spirit, but nobody
Well, of
bought
course. Well, this is why I really don't want them to make a great deal of fuss about it, because it will just be a case of blaming everybody and playing the victim again. So we'll look forward to that. Now, the fallout of Harry and Meghan's exit from the royal family continues. I've got new claims from a royal biographer, Tom Bower, who told Daily Express UK that the Duke of Sussex and his wife Meghan Markle have undermined the monarchy and King Charles made a terrible mistake. He says the king should have cut the California-based royals off straight away. He said he should never have allowed their children to be made a prince and princess. Kinsley, I've got to say, I kind of agree with this. It seems the palace...
They still talking about prince and princess. People are still upset that Meghan decided to give her kids. Meghan is in control. Control. Ooh, Sue Smith. Go over there, check her out. I love her. I love her. She's got this short clip where Harry is pushing. She's pushing Harry. Pushing him, moving him, pushing him, telling him what to do, where to go, like a puppet. Over there, you over here, you know, give me your arm. Like it is, and she's got the song going, Control by Janet Jackson. It is awesome. Hey, say, Tisha, post that. I will. I'll go get that for you guys. It's awesome. My question is, it's bothered some people, just like Tom Bower and myself, that she decided that she was going to give them prince and princess when they haven't met their family. Lilibet has not even touched foot in the UK soil. She knows nothing about that life. Meghan snatched that from her, took it. Like Ice Cube said, if you were going to make some changes, you would have stayed. To actually see it happening and continue to happen and see an American child become a UK citizen. She took that from them. Their birthright. She swore an allegiance. When she married Harry, she married the institution. But look how she treated it. I have to remind myself. I do. Because I forget we're talking about a real person that did some real things. I would be so pissed when I got older as a child. I would be sick. And then I would be trying to catch the first plane out of here to get over there to meet my family, to try to establish some type of relationship with them, since someone took that from me. And hopefully they accept me because their birthright. No. Their mother is self-centered, selfish, and it's all about herself. And if it ain't about Meghan, it ain't about nothing. And she is not doing anything for anyone else. That means her kids. Because that thought would have came to mind. Well, if I want this line to continue, I think I better stay here and allow my kids to grow up as a prince and a princess. No. But she gave it to him over here. They're over here in a world that don't. We admire them from afar. Meghan she's here. What's the mystery? She cut herself out. That was the most stupidest, idiotic, dumb, diddy dumb, because even though you're connected to Harry, he cut himself out too. I heard that they were still waiting for an apology, and then something about Harry's homesick and want to go home. No. Even if he wanted to, he can't. He made a deal with someone that he shouldn't have. And I know she's over there threatening them kids. Harry, you will never see your kids again. That's why he had to call the lawyer. Harry, I don't see Harry I'm done with her. No. He would have did that long time ago. Harry is under a spell, and he probably was worried that she was going to start acting stupid. So he decided to get representation. And then when she found out from everybody that he had went to go see a lawyer, she started playing, oh, let's pretend like we're lovers again. There's no connection there. They're not on one accord. Let's get back to this. I know this is going to be a long one.
Was almost bullied into some of these decisions, and you can only appease people like Harry and Meghan. The more you give, the more they want.
Well, I mean, what are they the prince and princess of? Are they the prince and princess of the Walmart in Santa Barbara, California? They're really not. In America, we don't recognize that. So I think that idea is silly. I'm going to give King Charles a little sympathy here, because I don't want people to forget that Harry and Meghan, despite lying later and saying that it was unconscious bias, they did accuse a mystery member of the royal family of being a racist. That was a horrible period in the palace's existence, and I do think that he risked everybody believing Harry and Meghan's accusations were true by cutting them off and by disassociating with himself with them. There would be people out there that would see that as translating into, oh, it's true. Everything Harry and Meghan said is true.
What? Okay. She said something, and it was interesting. Kinsley said that you would associate that. She was saying that King Charles did something, and that was cut them off. Would associate with something. She mentioned, we're rewinding this, okay? Because I want to make sure. I'm going to even read it.
By being kind, by inviting them to some of these events and still acknowledging them, I think it's made Harry and Meghan look pretty foolish. And so okay. I sympathize with the king here, Rita. Is this the first time in history that we disagreed?
Hey. Oh, God. Okay, hold on, guys.
Was almost bullied into some of the...
I want to start here.
You should never have allowed their children to be made a prince and princess. Kinsley, I've got to say, I kind of agree with this. It seems the palace was almost bullied into some of these decisions, and you can only appease people like Harry and Meghan. The more you give, the more they want.
I mean, what?
Okay, so let's talk about the end, because I believe that is true, too. I believe that the more you open the book, the more you hit that button to give her another 100,000 or whatever she gets for being Meghan, allows her to continue to think that her actions are okay. And like she said, being bullied, because, sorry, they're asleep. My husband. Anyway. Get back to it. Bullying into getting these titles. When she was on the Oprah show, she said that she wasn't going to get the titles because of something about, and to the effect that because of Archie's skin color, that he wasn't going to get the titles. And that's when Oprah was shocked, the bombshell moment. But she was trying to say that she wasn't going to get the titles because of that reason, which was really a bait hook. It didn't make sense. That doesn't make sense that the baby's skin color would have anything to do with him not getting titles. It was stupid. She said it. It didn't make sense. It's not written down anywhere. It's not said in it. Just, and for Oprah not to do just that little bit of homework, she should have knew. Wait a minute. That don't even make sense. So logically, you're telling us that your kids are not going to get titles because their skin is dark. I don't know why she said it, that's what she said. She said that. Pretty much the family was racist. And then she goes and gives them the title. She didn't get it from King Charles, or he just put it on the website because she decided that, hey, I'm giving them the titles because the law does say that after Elizabeth's passing, that she will get, the titles would be to the kids. She said that on the Oprah show. So then why did she mention that it was, oh, I get it. She mentioned that it was something about the skin color because she knew their titles are on the line for leaving the royal family and not being in the line of succession anymore. He's got his HRHs taken away. Now, I don't know if all that I said was true, but I do know this, is that Meghan is a manipulator, okay? And a bully, just like they said. And she got the titles regardless. And I don't care if she does go out for Senate. She's not giving up her titles, Angela. She's not going to say, oh, okay, here you go. No. She's going to do what I think Kinsley is saying. Then if they don't give them the titles, then it'll look like the king was racist. No, it was not going to look like that. I don't believe that. I want to hear what she said again, if that's okay with you guys.
What are they the prince and princess of? Are they the prince and princess of the Walmart in Santa Barbara, California? They're really not. In America, we don't recognize that. So I think that idea is silly. I'm going to give King Charles a little sympathy here because I don't want people to forget that Harry and Meghan, despite lying later and saying that it was unconscious bias, they did accuse a mystery member of the royal family of being a racist. That was a horrible period in the palace's existence, and I do think that he risked everybody believing Harry and Meghan's accusations were true by cutting them off and by disassociating with himself with them. There would be people out there that would see that as translating into, oh, it's true. Everything Harry and Meghan said is true. By being kind, by inviting them to some of these events and still acknowledging them, I think it's made Harry and Meghan look pretty foolish. And so I sympathize with the king here, Rita. Is this the first time in history that we disagreed?
Well, I gotta say, I just...
Okay, so they're disagreeing. She said, is this the first time we're disagreeing? So people, and you guys let me know. This is debate now. What do you think? And come on, comment now. Hit like and comment, please. I love to hear your voices. I love it. I love it. And you can put as many comments as you want. I do. Because I'll read it and then I'll come back or I'll read it again or something and have something else to say. But leave a comment, please. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Now, she's like, we're disagreeing. Now, you guys let me know what you think. Do you think that King Charles should have put his foot down and not given those titles to those kids? Or do you think that Kinsley's correct And he didn't have a choice because of pretty much the bullying. Because if you think about it, it is. It is. If you don't do it, then you're going to look this kind of way. So Charles is put into a situation where he has to do it, or else he's going to look like he's a racist. That's not a reason to do it. No, because if somebody said something about you, so that's going to make it come. That's what she was hoping that it would do, is what Kinsley said. So that she could get the titles and keep the titles and do what she's doing. Just changing the rules to the point where they are not considered royals. They're not under any umbrella. They're not, I didn't switch it. I've been switching it all night. Sorry. They're not under some type of governance or some type of monarchy or covenant with King Charles. I think it was one of my subscribers that let me know they didn't pledge allegiance to any of that. So whatever Meghan and Harry are doing, they're doing this on their own. This is their own. Kevin Costner's moment was their own moment. Invictus was their own moment. Harry, they gave that to Harry when he was a royal. Him and Meghan has taken that and created something else out of it. And now he's going on over there to New York City and pretend like she cared about mental health. I don't believe it, because if she cared, she'd be over there knocking on her dad's door talking about, is your mental health okay? No, she doesn't care. She needs to be checking on her father's health. Okay, hold on. My phone's going dead. It must be time for me to shut up. Hold on, guys. You got to be so careful when you plug in a device, because, what happened last time, I ended up cutting it off and I wasn't done. And then I had to do a part 2. I hate having to do a part 2. Moving on, guys.
I just think it makes zero sense when you've got two people who have not only slammed the family and the institution, but have declared they're no longer working royals. They're not working royals. So why are their children being given these honours of being a prince and princess? I just think...
So, okay. So we were trying to figure out which is which. I think that I would have, but we're not her. But yeah, I wouldn't have done. To me, I wouldn't have given it to her. I think she's right. I am along not with Kinsley. I don't think that anyone should be bullying you, number one. And for it to sound like they did is not a good sign. A king has got to show, to me, that would be given into the enemy, in foreign or domestic. You're not going to threaten and bully me into anything. But I guess he figured it wasn't worth it. Her giving them the titles wasn't worth it. But I wouldn't have gave it to her, and this is why. She would have had to bring those kids over to the United Kingdom. And then we would have had to settle some things. And then I would have gave them. But no, and I wouldn't have wrote it on the website. They shouldn't have done that. No, I'm along with her. Nope, no. How are you going to give some kids, give the king's grandkids titles that he has never even met? Hello? That's what I would have came back and said. Wait a minute, hold up. I don't remember the king even being able to see these kids, to even give these titles to them. And I think it is his role to do that, not Meghan's. It's not Meghan is going to take it upon herself. This is what kicked me in the head, is that Meghan took it upon herself to give her kids their titles, not Harry. She did. Meghan said, oh no, they getting titles. She couldn't wait to do it. Couldn't wait. She couldn't wait that she was on the Oprah show talking about it. How when all this happens, how this is how she said it. Well, when Charles becomes king, that's when they should be able to get their titles. But I heard a little bit about that. But my point is that it wasn't hers to give it to them. She just walked up into the kingdom and just started taking stuff. I told you she's a taker. She took the Duchess of Sussex. She took Harry. And Harry was the biggest thing, because after she took Harry, mind, body, and soul, she had full control to be able to give them those titles without coming back to the UK and allowing the king to do it himself. That's what happened. You know that don't make sense, Kinsley. That don't make sense. You cannot fix that. That's wrong. I think I did a video. Check it out. Newcomers. I don't know which one it was, but it was a rant. It was one of them rants. When I found out that Meghan decided that it was time to give her kids the titles after she accused every member, not just one. When she said racist, she meant every one of those family members. And it wasn't the queen. Like, that made a difference. You said it. It's everybody. It's the entire family. There's not just, I don't think you could split that, but obviously they are. It wasn't the queen. That's that kid stuff. Calling the next day, having to fix some stuff. I want them, because they knew what headlines were coming out about what they were saying. The queen. No, it wasn't the queen. Yes, you said it, honey. You said it. And it will forever be heard. And somebody, Oprah, rushing to get it off her website. How dare you? They love hiding stuff. Like, she took off the comments for the Maui people. First, she had them on there because she thought she was going to be praised for this stuff. And you know what I found out? That Oprah is always asking someone else for help. She doesn't do it on her own. It isn't Oprah's idea. It's Oprah's idea, and then she has someone else. She did this to someone else. I forgot who it was. But the same thing she did to Dwayne, asking him to help her with her idea. She did that to somebody else. I think they turned her down or something. I don't know. I shouldn't even brought it up if I didn't know the full story. But she's done this before, moving back. I don't think it was right for Meghan to just decide that she was going to give them some titles when she got ready to. First of all, you wasn't over there long enough to get yours. And then now, their royalty is their birthright. It's their birthright to see their relatives, too, that you snatched them from. I didn't see this coming. This is like chapter 5. Every year. But this is something else. She gonna just give it to them. And people are upset about that. And I don't think that I would have been changing a website. If she wants to give her kids those titles, I would, as the king, this is me being King Charles for a moment. If she decides she wants to give her kids those titles in America, that's fine with me. I'm not changing anything over here to reflect anything other than what I have. And this is when she did it. Was she born or christening? Oh, why did they update the website? I don't get it. It just feels like she said, that King Charles may have bought into it, but I don't think so. For some reason, I just don't think he thought that it was worth all of this. I think he just felt like, you know what, if she wants her kids to have titles this bad, then let her. But I don't see that happening. I feel like it's the latter. But let's move on.
It's rewarding poor behavior. It's basically being blackmailed into.
So now her and Kinsley has got into a disagreement. And she's letting Kinsley know this is blackmail. This is basically what we just got through saying. This is blackmail. This isn't cool. Let me rewind it a little bit.
Of being a prince and princess and the family and the institution, but have declared they're no longer working royals. They're not working royals.
That is true. By being kind, by inviting them to some of these events,
let's just
and
get
still
it all.
Acknowledging them, I think it's made Harry and Meghan look pretty foolish. And so I sympathize with the king here, Rita. Is this the first time in history that we've disagreed?
Well, yeah, I gotta say, I just think it makes zero sense when you've got two people who have not only slammed the family and the institution, but have declared they're no longer working royals. They're not working royals. So why are their children being given these honours of being a prince and princess? I just think it's rewarding poor behaviour. It's basically being blackmailed into giving these concessions because they're going to make claims of racism. But yeah, you and I do normally agree, so this is unusual. Now, let's get to this later.
It's weird. Because it's weird to her because it's almost, I don't know, is Kinsley, I don't know. She's just giving him an out, and this is King Charles. But I think they're saying the same thing. I do. I think that, I really do think she said they both are saying the same things, but no, this is a prime example of bullying Kinsley. Check this out. Okay, I know. Maybe I've been sitting here too long, but just hear me out. You got Kinsley, honestly, to me, almost are not seeing that these two are bullies. And they did bully the king. And try to. That was her plot on the Oprah show. And then the journalist goes on and tries to remind Kinsley of who we are talking about. And so she says, I haven't changed my stance on this. I'm not saying her name, but she's Sky News Australia. She's like, wait a minute. And I'm sorry I'm harping on this because I feel like she's right. She's right. I'm on her side. I really do believe that. And you can see that with these two, there's something off with Kinsley and her. Like, wow, this is weird. Like she's shocked, the journalist. Like, what changed? It's almost like she's trying to ask Kinsley, like, what's changed in your conversation? And it has. It has. I don't know. I know I was disappointed when she got titles. I was extremely disappointed that she did that. I was disappointed in her more so than King Charles, but I was disappointed in her. And then right before we start talking about this, she starts telling them how they need to give some money to charity and probably talk about Israel or do something to help their reputation. It's if they haven't been. And I'm still trying to figure out how that helps them fix all this other crap, Kinsley. Question. How does them giving to Israel or even doing something charitable, whatever, or bringing awareness, I think that's what she's trying to say, because this scandal of a Nazi uniform, that swastika stick that Harry was on his arm, they finna put it on BBC. So Kinsley thinks, I'm just taking us back to the beginning because I know it's an hour in, and the BBC is gonna show that, and Kinsley thinks that Harry and Meghan needs to work on their reputation. Well, isn't that all that they've been doing? And every week something new and scandalous comes out about these two. Every week. Last, I said Samantha was going to say something. Her sister came out and just went in on Harry when he called the United States Constitution bonkers. You know, and the week before that, what was say, Costner's looking like idiots on the stage. And the week before that, she was at a fashion show in Invictus. I mean, this it just goes on and on and on. And I believe that, and there's nothing wrong with this, that, okay, Kinsley is trying to throw them a bone. Listen, keep doing the charity work. Probably try to start figuring out what you're going to do when BBC comes out with the swastika stick, which I don't think it should hurt his reputation no more than what they have done. And then the fact that, okay, the kids got the titles. It's all good.
Peter's gripe from Prince Harry was not all that new. It was in his autobiography, but we somehow missed it, probably because, we were focused on all that talk about his todger. We missed Beardgate, Kinsey. Yes, whilst we were all focused on his...
Right. I want you to hear her say, it's unusual, we don't agree. I want you to hear it again.
Now, let's get to this latest gripe from of being a prince and princess. I just think it's rewarding poor behaviour. It's basically being blackmailed into giving these concessions because they're going to make claims of racism. But yeah, you and I do normally agree, so this is unusual. Now, let's get to this latest gripe from Prince Harry. It was not all that new. It was in his autobiography, but we somehow missed it, probably because, we were focused on all that talk about his todger. We missed Beardgate, Kinsey. Yes, whilst we were all focused on his Estee Lauder habit, we missed a bit about the brothers.
Let me say this. I don't know her name, and I'm going to find out really quick, but she does not like them too. And I don't blame her. She does not like them, and she is going to remind us why.
William and Harry's battle over beards. Let me explain. In the memoir, Harry says he was driven to ask his grandmother, the late Queen, for permission, explaining that the beard made him feel calmer. Yes, she said, you may keep your beard rights, Harry, but then I explained it to my brother, and he bristled. Not the done thing, he said. Military rules, so forth. Kinsey, Harry seems to have an excellent recall of every teeny tiny conversation he's ever had with William. This is just, again, another little bizarre extract from the book.
And when that's perfectly said. It's amazing how he can remember word for word the arguments between him and the Prince of Wales. However, Rita, when you get him on a stand in court under oath, we lose count of how many times he says, I don't know, I don't recall. Do you remember when he was, challenging the tabloids?
Oh, yes.
And he specifically said, what stories, really ruined your childhood? And he's like, I can't remember. So interesting when he picks and chooses when that memory kicks in. But this is just another example of how immature and entitled this young man is. He wants us to believe that Prince William is sitting around devastatingly jealous of him, when in reality, William's a rock star.
He is.
Bank of America recently warned its clients that all checking accounts are likely to be...
That is so true. Listen, I'm out, guys. Let me know what you think. Honestly, I think if you really, I don't know, it just depends on what scenario you think. But some of you may think like Kinsley, like seriously, you may think that, maybe he really just didn't care and he was just like, you know what, let it go, let her have the titles. But I don't know. I really do think, my theory, that if she wanted them, she should have came to the UK to get them. I think that Meghan just loves to take from people, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care that she takes, as long as it's hers. And then when she takes it, it loses its value. It did. Her popularity lost its value. She took something. She married her prince, guys. Okay. And then she married him for a specific, I can't believe it. I've never in my wildest dreams would I think that I would be having this conversation with you guys at all. That you marry your prince and then you destroy it. But you guys told me Wallace did it. Yep. But on what level? Because, okay, you're saying that then they were together, but they stayed together. I don't know. Because I know he ended up dying alone. I got a book. No, I think it was my lovely Raquel sent me a book with Henry V. I have to go get it. It's in my thing. Okay, kisses to you, and a teacup, and a little handkerchief with a spoon. So gorgeous. I need to start on my book so I can do some reviews on it. Listen, guys, I'm gonna let you go. What do you think about it? I'm not thinking any too much into the Kinsley thing. I'm just thinking that, like anyone, she doesn't want to see someone go down. So she actually thinks that the swastika moment is going to damage them. So the only way they can fix themselves is to do so. I still don't agree with that. But I think it should just play out. It's something that happened in history. It happened, and we've forgiven him for that. I'm not adding that to the list of things that he's done. No, that would just be rude. I just think that would be wrong. Like, why would I add that? Oh yeah, by the way, he did that. That's that petty stuff to me. But I don't want to go there. Like I said, we've forgiven him for that. That happened a long time ago, and he's apologized and whatever. But him blaming his brother, that's that stupid stuff. But no. And then what do you think about, Charles not putting his, or not even that, allowing them to do it. I'm out, guys. Kisses. Love you. Don't forget to hit like and leave a comment.